That's how we all die.
Specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me, coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Oh,
Looked up there,
no.
didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order.
I've
didn't
never
you?
seen
I
that.
disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this
Oh my
deposition was
gosh, it's
taken,
all happening
wasn't it?
right now.
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
So that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Wait, this is what I
Looked
said.
up there, didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
That's what I
disagree.
said.
That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets.
Why did she do that?
You slipped up there, didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside
From some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Oh my god, she let it slip
Looked up
and
there,
then
didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had
She
been
did let it
alerted
slip, and
to
then
your
she pet her
filing of
face
the
to cover it.
domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they pay
owns.
you for that?
I never got paid
they
for it
had to
because I
have got it
nothing
from
to do
her.
So TMZ
If
was
they
just lucky in getting
own the
inside
copyright.
scoop of your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
with that. I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen
she's like,
cabinets
yo,
the
yo,
day before
I
this
didn't say
deposition
that,
was
bro.
taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that
I have
video
no
now, doesn't
idea. It is not. That's not my area of
Dude, she
expertise. I
is
wouldn't even know how to do
lying.
that.
What is happening
And
here?
also, what does that get me?
You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that.
Source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
This clearly
Looked
sounds
up
like
there,
Philip
didn't you,
M.
You let it
MZ
slip
shot.
out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know
TMZ
how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. It is not. That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how.
From some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Oh, fuck!
You slipped up there, didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't
TMZ
know how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea
Yes,
what TMZ
Did they
owns.
pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had.
It's out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, misheard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know
TMZ
how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
Oh, shh.
I have no idea what TMZ
Did they pay
owns.
you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
They had to.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea.
You're fucking done.
That's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
That's fucking game over. My God.
One time, Johnny was hitting me, and he was hitting me hard and repeatedly, and I was screaming. Security walks in, and they don't do anything about it. And he makes this motion when Jerry Judge yells "boss" or Sean, I can't remember who it was, and all we had was a little bit of separation, and my sister runs down the stairs. He was about to push my sister down the stairs. She was attempting to break us up. I am protective over my baby sister. When he laid hands on her, I don't know what I did, but I know I jumped in between the actions that I saw could lead to a fatal injury to my sister. She was standing on the top of a flight of the stairs, and she has never hurt anyone in her life, and she does not deserve to be pushed down the flight of stairs. And it looked like she was about to be. And I would have done what anybody who has a child or a sister would have done. I acted defensively in her life. I saw her standing on top of a flight of stairs and trying to interrupt a fight in between him and I. I don't know what part of my body I put in between me and him and her. But I would have done anything. I would have done anything to prevent her from being pushed down a flight of stairs.
And screaming at me. And Debbie came up the stairs because I'm screaming back at him. She came up the stairs, I think. And while she came up, I'm supposed to kind of comfort me. And while I was up on the mezzanine floor, Whitney came down and he threw the Red Bull can up at me, certainly, but it kind of either hit or narrowly missed Debbie. He bolted up the stairs, but he had his hand on the back of my head, my hair, and kind of was yanking me down and hit me in the face with this cast he had. My sister all of a sudden put herself in between Johnny and I. She just threw herself like in the line of fire or whatever. She just all of a sudden was there and was trying to get Johnny to stop. Her back was to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I just see my little sister with her back her back to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I don't even wait for any other, I don't hesitate, I don't wait, I just in my head instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I swung at him. And I, for the first time, hit him, like actually hit him, square in the face. Johnny kind of looked stunned and then laughed at me, and then lunged at me again, and before I know it, security stepped in between us and pulled Johnny away. And I went upstairs with my sister, and we locked the door. And
it was a fight. They were saying really nasty things to one another. I leave them in the kitchen to go up the stairs, was trying to calm Amber down, hopefully get her back into my apartment, and Debbie had come up with me.
And Debbie, who's Debbie?
Debbie was his nurse at the time.
Debbie Lloyd?
Yes, I believe that was her name.
Okay.
So we're with Amber on the mezzanine level.
I'm sorry, just so we know who where is it you and Debbie that are with Amber, or is it?
Yes, Debbie, Amber, and I are all in the little mezzanine area. And as I mentioned, the mezzanine overlooks the kitchen and the living room. So Johnny then hurls a Red Bull can and it hits Debbie in the back. She didn't even react. She didn't really seem to notice. But I'm standing up there talking. I'm standing up there. I'm at the top of the stairs with my back to the stairs, and that's when Johnny runs up the stairs. And again, I'm facing Amber. He comes up behind me, strikes me in the back, kind of just somewhere over here. He strikes me in the back. I hear Amber shout, "Don't hit my fucking sister." She smacks him, lands one, and then he grabs, at that point, that's when Travis runs up the stairs after Amber landed one. But by that time, Johnny had already grabbed Amber by the hair with one hand and was whacking her repeatedly in the face with the other as I was standing there. Travis pulls them apart. I get Amber into mine. I close the doors behind me and lock them.
We were in penthouse 5 area, which was where Ms. Hurd had her office at the top of the stairs. And so the stairs came down, and then there was a landing, and then another set of stairs went down the opposite direction. This took place on the landing, where she was coming out, trying to get to me, trying to hit me, trying to do anything she could. And then Whitney, her sister, was there, who stepped in the way. And interesting thing that was interesting now is that Whitney stepped in front of Amber and was facing Amber to stop Amber. And when she was in between us, Amber snuck in she got the roundhouse in and just nailed me on the cheekbone. By that time, Mr. McGivern had been called. I believe that actually Debbie, as I remember, Debbie Lloyd was at the front door of Penthouse 5, standing by the door. Mr. McGivern was kind of at the bottom of the last group of stairs. And then the thump happened, and I got myself out of the situation, and I walked down the stairs to Mr. McGivern just to say, let's get out of here, And I remember that something was thrown from up there. I don't recall what it was, but something was thrown at me. It seemed like it was like I don't know if it was a bag of like pens or but it was from her office area.
He requested I meet him at Penthouse 5, requested that I bring the nurse. And at some point I witnessed Ms. Hurd throw a Red Bull can. They were both on the middle level. And I saw Ms. Hurd throw a Red Bull can from her position that struck Mr. Depp in the back.
Anything else that you recall?
At that point, I moved closer to Mr. Depp. I didn't want my client getting hit with anything else. At one point, Ms. Hurd threw something else, either a purse or some sort of bag or something that she had up there. I was able to knock it away so it didn't hit him. At one point, she spit at him.
What do you remember Ms. Hurd saying to Mr. Depp on this occasion?
Anything and everything. You're f***ing washed up. You're a f***ing cunt, which he called her as well. I felt it was time to get Mr. Depp out of the situation, so I stepped in between Ms. Heard and Mr. Depp, telling Mr. Depp that we were leaving and that it wasn't up to him anymore. At that point, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a fist and an arm come across my right shoulder, and I heard and saw a closed fist contact Mr. Depp in the left side of his face.
And whose fist was that?
That was Miss Heard's fist, Amber Heard's fist.
Depp respond when he was punched?
The initial look on his face kind of mirrored mine, kind of a look of shock, like what just happened, where'd that come from? At that point, I wasn't going to let Mr. Depp get hit anymore, so I moved him down the last flight of stairs and told him we're leaving. Like it wasn't up to him anymore.
Whitney says that she's on top of the stairs, facing Amber, and Johnny runs up to her. Then, quote, strikes her in the back. Pay attention to the words used because they will be important later on. Now, Whitney herself stated that the times that she was sober were rare, so that could explain how she couldn't sense someone running up to her. Running up the stairs is no easy task, and it's noisy. You will have more than enough time to react. But according to Amber, quote, all of a sudden, Whitney put herself in between Johnny and I. But wait, wasn't Whitney in danger of falling down the stairs? How can that happen if she's between two people? So Amber, in less than 10 seconds, exposed herself, saying that Whitney was between them, and thanks to some very weird physics, she also was in danger of falling down the stairs.
After the UK trial, this is the email that Jennifer wrote to Whitney, and she wrote it July 25th, 2020. Dear Whitney, this is one of the most important letters I have ever written in my life. I asked to write a letter to you in my own words after receiving 2 subpoenas yesterday to give testimony of my knowledge of what happened to leave you to stay with me after leaving the Eastern Columbia building and the penthouses of Amber and Johnny. The reason this letter is so important to me is that you, my chosen sister, are so important to me, and I am hoping that the truth will set you free from a lifetime of and being forced to live someone else's life instead of given the freedom to live your own. I feel that I am writing this on behalf of everyone who loves you and wants to help save you from, yet again, fighting a battle that's not yours to fight. Outside of Google alerts for the charity and what is in the media circus going on right now, I have been unaware of the ins and outs of what's happening between Amber and Johnny. It was brought to my attention that you made reference to Amber kicking you out of the penthouses and went to live on your boss's floor. I don't think it took them long to connect the dots and figure out who your boss was at the time. I've been trying to catch myself up to speed on everything, and I'm afraid that there is a different storyline between what I shared and what you shared. I spoke with Adam Waldman this morning and was asked some questions and answered honestly with my account of situations. Just so you know, Adam was respectful, kind, and understanding. My allegiance in all of this is to you and you alone. I have never been more upset during any of this drama than I am right now at the thought of Amber asking you to leave Gavin and Hunter to go to London and entangle you in all of this. If you feel that you have been asked or compromised in any way to do anything that might perjure yourself, I beg you to recant and for once in your life, think of yourself first. You have found an incredible man and have this beautiful and amazing child. And if anyone would ever put you in a position to risk that, they do not love you. I've shared the names of the other staff at the Art of Elysium who were on board while you were there and heard your accounts of these situations. I am not sure if they will be subpoenaed, but their names have been submitted to the record. I hope you know that the little family created during your time at the Art of Elysium all love you very, very, very much. It crushes my soul knowing that you may hate me for the rest of your life and never speak to me again. Losing your friendship is something that I'm willing to risk if it frees you, Hunter and Gavin, from all of this and allow you to build your family and life for you and you alone. You have been in my every prayer, every thought, and every consideration. I stated while being questioned that I do not have dates nor timelines because when you showed up to stay with me, I never thought twice about giving you a home and was happy to provide you with my guest room and have you in the safety of my place. I never wrote down when you moved in nor when you left because my home was and will always be your home. I've entered to record that I'm happy to share any text messages, emails, or anything they need from me at that time to help appropriately piece together specific dates and an accurate timeline. I have offered anything that I have to help shed light on the absolute truth and put an end to all of this to move on with the next chapter of your life. I promise you that the next chapter will be your best yet. The incident on the stairs, that was one of the interesting events that led you to ask to move in with me. You told me and others on staff that you tried to stop Amber from attacking Johnny and nearly got thrown down the stairs. At no point in time was I ever said to me that Johnny had hit Amber, nor abused her in any way. Had you ever expressed concern that Johnny was abusing Amber, I would have gotten a social worker or someone to help you to remove your sister from that situation. I would have done anything to help you in any way. My father reminded me this morning that I told him that Whitney had moved in with me because she was terrified of her sister. While you were living with me, you told me that Johnny kept checking in to see how you were doing and that he called you sis, and that you called him brother. You said to me on multiple occasions that you did not know why he was staying in it, nor why he was putting up with Amber's abuse. You shared with me that the damage endured by both of you as children and the injury you had suffered from Amber both psychologically and physically, you were devastated during this time, and my heart broke for you. My heart still breaks for you right now. When you came back from New York, I believe it was for Tribeca Film Festival, the Adderall Diaries, premiere or both, you shared with me and everyone in the office that Amber freaked out, attacked you, and threw a wine glass full of red wine at you in the elevator. Again, my dates are uncertain, but I am 100% certain of what you shared and have asked a few others who heard it in the office to make sure my facts are accurate. While Amber and Johnny were in Australia, you were in the office sitting in the black and white chairs near the kitchen and loudly proclaimed, "Oh my God, she's done it now. She has cut off his fucking finger." I'm not sure if it was before or after Boo and Pistol were back in the US and coming into the office. Other staff was in the office at that time and might have a better grasp of the date. In regards to the extramarital affairs, I have only information you and others shared with me. It is my understanding all of that is completely irrelevant other than James giving a sworn testimony to what he did or did not see on Amber's face that day in the elevator. I told Adam that if James were asked anything at all, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that he would speak the truth because I know his heart and his conscience of the spiritual journey that he is on to be accountable for anything he has ever done that might have inadvertently hurt anyone and to go to great lengths to make amends and do what's right. Truly, I encouraged him to speak to James directly. When Elon came up in the deposition, I shared only what I know from you and Paige. February 9th, 2019, when I came to see you and meet Hunter, is when the conversation with you and your mom took place. I told him that I had been told that Elon had gifted Teslas, but Amber found out that they were bugged. I was told that Amber said he was controlling, abusive, and that she was in a legal battle with him over the rights to embryos they had created together. He wanted to destroy them, and Amber tried to keep them to have the baby. That is the day that your mother told me that Johnny was either an angel or a saint compared to Elon, and that she wished that Amber and Johnny would reconcile. I was indeed taken aback because this was after the divorce and when Hunter was under a year old, and I was at your house. She told me that Amber and Johnny were still in touch and that they were each other's true loves or something to that exact sentiment. You were still going through the emotions of having a baby and all of those ups and downs, and I could not believe that Amber and Johnny's relationship was being discussed while you were the one who needed to be the focal point and needed our support. I think I called Tash when I left your house, but need to look at my phone records to be sure whom I called. It was someone who knew everything from you, and I confided in them how concerned I was after visiting you. The other things that were discussed were the character references letters that I wrote on behalf of Amber for her volunteering with the charity. The $250,000 donation that came as an anonymous donation on behalf of Amber Heard, I shared that I believe that the contribution was from Elon, but have absolutely no recollection of you telling me that. But for some reason, that was put in my head by something either you or someone else in staff said. Your thoughts on Rocky freeloading off Amber and then freeloading off of Johnny, and your overall thoughts on Rocky, I let them know that I did not think that there would ever be a world in which you would conspire with Rocky to do a cover-up for Amber, given your feelings about her. And after the Art of Elysium had been used in press during the divorce, I had been asked on multiple occasions to write letters regarding Amber's volunteering with the charity, and no donation came into the Art of Elysium, but went to Children's Hospital Los Angeles and the ACLU, that Amber's publicist told me they were more prominent charities with a more significant press reach and got international press. You were aware of all of that already, but just wanted to share everything that was discussed. I asked if it were okay to write to you in my own words because I know how easily things can get distorted or twisted. You know me and know that if subpoenaed or brought into this or anything else, that I would always be honest. I love Amber and have compassion for her because she is your sister. And I know what you guys went through as kids. The two of you have literally been through hell together. And I know you would do anything in the world for her. She is your older sister. You just lost your mom and you were a mom for the first time. It is time she thought of you and your needs and put them above her needs. Asking you or even agreeing to have you leave your husband and child and involve you in all of this is selfish beyond comprehension. You, Whitney, are worthy of love, of being seen for all your light and beauty and worthy and not having to clean up others' messes that are not yours. During this time of social change and movements, #MeToo, Time's Up, Black Lives Matter, and all of the actions working to set the scales of justice back to being, well, just, people have to be willing to come forward with the truth. It took 2 subpoenas to get me to be forthcoming with what I've been told, but I do believe in people and feel others who bear witness to all of this will also step up and speak their truth. Whitney, I just want you to be somewhere with your husband and child and living your life, not concerned at all about any of this. You deserve that. I love you very much, Jennifer. So now that we've seen the letter that Jennifer wrote to Whitney, we're going to take a look at the declaration for Jennifer Howell for the Fairfax County Court, and we're going to see how quickly this is going to crumble for Camp Bambi Pants. Declaration of Jennifer Howell. I, Jennifer Howell, declare as follows. I am over the age of 18 and not a party to this action. I have first-hand personal knowledge of the facts set forth, and if called as a witness, I could completely testify thereto. Whitney Henriquez, whose maiden name was Whitney Heard, is my dear friend. She has told me that I am her chosen sister. I also call her my chosen sister. Whitney worked for me at a nonprofit organization that I founded 22 years ago and run called the Art of Elysium. We take artists and help them be of service to communities in need. We serve over 30,000 individuals in need each year. Whitney volunteered for the organization in 2014 for about 6 months, and she worked full-time as a paid employee for me in 2015 and 2016, where Whitney served as art salon manager, director. I have learned that Whitney testified in court July 23rd in London about an incident in March of 2015 on the stairs at Johnny Depp's penthouse. She testified that Johnny supposedly hit Amber and Whitney on the stairs at Johnny's downtown penthouse. Then Whitney said she had to go to live with her employer, where she had to sleep on their floor. I am that employer. This is not what I was told to be true. First, Whitney came to live in the guest room of my apartment on Wilshire Boulevard, not on my floor, but in my guest room. Second, when Whitney arrived, she was a mess. Whitney told me that she tried to stop her sister Amber attacking Johnny on the stairs. Whitney said when she tried to intervene to stop Amber from going after Johnny, Amber nearly pushed Whitney down the stairs. She told me that she was worried Amber was going to kill Johnny. She told me she had endured that kind of abuse her entire life, first from her father and then from Amber, who she said was extremely violent. She lived with me because she did not feel she could go back to live at the Eastern Columbia building. My father reminded me this morning that I told him Whitney had to move in with me because she was terrified of her sister. While Whitney was living with me, she told me Johnny kept checking in to see how she was doing and that he called her sis and she called him brother. Whitney said to me on multiple occasions that she did not know why he was staying in the relationship, nor why he was putting up with Amber's abuse. Whitney shared with me the damage endured by both her and Amber as children, and the injuries that she had suffered from Amber both psychologically and physically. Whitney was devastated during this time, and my heart broke for her. When Whitney came back from New York, I believe it's for Tribeca Film Festival, the Adderall Diaries premiere, or both, she shared with me and everyone in the office that Amber freaked out, attacked Whitney, and threw a wine glass full of red wine at her in the elevator. While Amber and Johnny were in Australia, Whitney was in the office sitting in black and white chairs near the kitchen and loudly proclaimed, "Oh my God, she's done it. She's cut off his finger." I knew Paige Heard, Amber and Whitney's mother. Paige shared with me while I was visiting Whitney that Elon Musk had gifted Teslas or multiple Teslas, not sure if it was one or more, but Amber found out that they were bugged. Paige told me that Amber said Elon was controlling and that she was in a legal battle with him over the rights to embryos that they had created together. He wanted to destroy them, and Amber tried to keep them to have a baby. Paige told me that Johnny was either an angel or a saint compared to Elon, and that she wished Amber and Johnny would reconcile. Paige also told me the reason Johnny and Amber broke up was because Amber was violent and emotional and loved Johnny so much that she could not control it. I was indeed taken aback because this conversation occurred after the divorce and when Hunter was only a few months old, and I was at Whitney's house. Whitney told me that Amber and Johnny were still in touch and that they were each other's true loves or something to that exact sentiment. Whitney was still going through the emotions of having a baby and all of the ups and downs, and I could not believe that Amber and Johnny's relationship was being discussed while Whitney was the one who needed to be the focal point and needed our support. When Amber got into legal trouble regarding smuggling of the dogs to Australia, she asked me to write her a character reference about her charity work, and I did so. We had given her a humanitarian award. She volunteered with the charity and attended events for the charity. I'm still grateful for that. I knew nothing about her personal life behind closed doors until I became close with Whitney. When Amber was in trouble with the Australian authorities, she asked me to write a character letter in support of her, which I did. I wrote on behalf of Amber for her volunteering with the charity. Later, when Amber and Johnny were divorcing, $7 million of the proceeds were supposed to go to charity. I learned that none of it would be directed to the Art of Elysium, which Amber had been closely associated with for years. Instead, I understood it would go to ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. I asked Amber's publicist why, when she and Amber had been so eager to use our name in the press during the divorce, and when the funds would mean so much to a small organization like ours. Would Amber direct all the money to those other huge charities that she had not been associated with? Amber's publicist told me that they were more prominent charities with a more significant press reach and got international press. Then, months later, a $250,000 donation came into our organization from an anonymous donor on behalf of Amber Heard. The funds did not come from Amber. I believe this donation came from Elon. Years later, on July 24th, 2020, I received 2 subpoenas from Johnny's attorney, and Whitney testified about sleeping on the floor following the stairs incident. The following day, I spoke with Johnny's attorney, Adam Waldman, for the first time. I told him the stories of my experience with Whitney, Paige, and Amber Heard, and he asked me to give this declaration. I shared the names of the Art of Elysium staff who worked during the same time as Whitney, who also heard the things and more willingly gave access to my emails, texts, and confirmed dates and timeline of all stated. Executed this 26th day of July 2020 in Los Angeles. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America and Commonwealth of Virginia that the foregoing is true. Signed, Jennifer Howell. Okay, so now that we've seen that letter, we've seen Jennifer's declaration. Now I want to take a look at the subpoena that Amber has given her friend, Jennifer Howell. Now, after reading what Jennifer has to say, it is no surprise that this is the route that Ambipants is actually taking. So both have subpoenaed Jennifer, both Johnny and Amber, Johnny didn't ask for anything material-wise. They just wanted to talk to her. Amber, on the other hand, she wants some stuff. And I think it's a fishing expedition of nonsense. So this is the subpoena that Amber has sent to Jennifer Howell. So we can see right here, it is from good old Amby Pants herself. So here we have all the documents that she wants. All documents, checks, wire transfers, and communications of any nature reflecting donations or any other type of payment or remuneration received by you or anyone at any entity on your behalf by or on behalf of Mr. John C. Depp II, Mr. Depp. All documents, checks, wire transfer, and communications of any nature reflecting donations or any type of payment received by you or anyone or any entity on your behalf or on behalf of any of the following. And here we go. Everything that Depp owns, every company that he owns, every trust that he has, they want everything. Oh, Amby. All documents or communications of any nature between or among you, Mr. Depp, anyone on Mr. Depp's behalf, Mr. Adam Waldman, and any other agents or attorneys of Mr. Depp, all drafts of any statements, declarations, affidavits, letters, texts, social media communications, or any other writings or communications relating in any manner to Mr. John C. Depp II, Miss Amber Heard, or Miss Whitney Heard. All telephone records and text messages for the period of January 1st, 2019 through to present. All documents or communications of any nature between or among you and Miss Amber Heard, Miss Whitney Heard, Miss Paige Heard, Mr. David Heard, Mr. John C. Depp II, Mr. Adam Waldman, Miss Laura Wasserman, or anyone else on behalf or acting as an agent of Mr. Depp, or anyone claims to have knowledge relating in any manner to the claims or defenses in any dispute between Mr. John C. Depp II and Miss Amber Heard, or Miss Amber Heard and Miss Whitney Heard from the period of January 1st, 2013 through to the present. All documents or communications, including texts, emails, and social media of any nature relating in any manner to John C. Depp II, Miss Amber Heard, Miss Whitney Heard, Miss Paige Heard, Mr. David Heard, Mr. Adam Waldman, and Laura Wasserman, an agent or attorney of any of these individuals during the period of January 2nd, 2013 through to the present. All documents reflecting all sources of your income during the period of May 21st, 2016 through to the present. This includes, but is not limited to, all payments made to you of any nature, salary, benefits, expenses, gifts, equity, personal or other property, access donations or otherwise. All tax return filed by you, including all schedules for the period of 2016 through to the present.